Lazarus, come forth." It was a quiet morning in the village of Bethany. The olive trees rustled in a soft breeze, but within the house of Mary and Martha, sorrow sat heavy like a storm cloud. Their brother, Lazarus, had died 4 days ago. The house still smelled faintly of myrrh and tears. Martha stood by the door watching the road, hoping for the one person who could have changed everything. Jesus. He hadn't come in time. He had healed so many, even strangers. But this time, it was Lazarus, a friend, family, and still no Jesus. Then suddenly, in the distance, a figure appeared walking along the dusty road. Martha's breath caught. "It's him!" she cried. She rushed to meet him. When she reached him, she didn't fall at his feet. She stood tall, pain in her voice. "Lord," she said, "if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Jesus looked at her gently. "Your brother will rise again." "I know," she said, brushing away a tear, "at the resurrection on the last day." Jesus looked into her eyes, steady and sure. "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me shall never die." "Do you believe this?" Martha's voice trembled. "Yes, Lord. I believe you are the Christ, the Son of God, who was to come into the world." She ran back to the house and whispered to her sister, "The teacher is here, and he's asking for you." Mary came quickly. When she saw Jesus, she fell at his feet, sobbing. "Lord, if you had been here, Lazarus wouldn't have died." Those around her were weeping too, mourning, wailing, voices full of heartbreak. Jesus looked at them, and something stirred in him, deep sorrow, compassion, and something more, righteous anger at death itself. He was moved, not just to feel, but to act. "Where have you laid him?" he asked. "Come and see, Lord," they said. As they led him to the tomb, Jesus began to weep. The Son of God wept. People whispered, "See how he loved him." Others questioned, "Couldn't this man who opened the eyes of the blind have kept Lazarus from dying?" They reached the tomb, a cave with a large stone rolled across the entrance. Jesus stood before it and said, "Take away the stone." Martha hesitated. "Lord, by now he smells. He's been dead 4 days." Jesus turned to her. "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" She gave a nod. Slowly, the stone was rolled away. Jesus lifted his eyes to heaven and prayed aloud, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I know that you always hear me, but I say this for the sake of the people standing here, so they may believe that you sent me." Then, in a voice like thunder, full of power and command, Jesus cried out, "Lazarus, come forth!" A moment of silence, then a gasp. From the darkness of the tomb, something moved. Wrapped in linen from head to foot, a figure stepped into the light. Lazarus, alive. People screamed. Some fell to their knees. Others backed away in awe and fear. Jesus said calmly, "Unbind him. Let him go." They rushed forward, hands trembling, unwrapping the burial cloths. And beneath them was not a corpse, not a ghost, but Lazarus, breathing, warm, his eyes wide with wonder. Tears turned to laughter, mourning into dancing. And in the midst of it all stood Jesus, the resurrection and the life. Even when all seems lost, even when hope seems buried, Jesus reminds us he holds power over death. In the darkest places, he can speak life. All he asks is, "Do you believe?"